Yo, what up guys, Big5D here. I'm back with a champion guide for Lua, a void epic champion from the Dark Elf faction, which a lot of people seem not to care about or know a lot about because she's not that popular in Raid Shadow Legends, and for good reasons. This is not gonna be a video where I'm gonna be hyping her too much or anything. No, because I actually brought her out of my vault just because of this video, and I put some new gear on her just because of this video. What I'm trying to say is this is not a champion I use currently in the end game in Raid Shadow Legends at all. She's only appear sometimes maybe in Faction Wars or sometimes maybe in Doom Tower Hard. So I'll show you the places where I actually use her. But if you're new to Raid and she's one of the new champions you have as an epic champion, I'll show you the reason why I actually got her to 60 in the first place. And now she no longer serves that purpose on my team. So the first thing you should know about this champion is that her A1 has an AoE, right? He attacks one enemy, that's what it says, but it deals 50% of the damage to all other enemies if she crits. So you need this champion to be at 100% crit rate. So that's basically an A1 that hits all the enemies. So we usually have this champion, or champions like this, we want them to have a stun set, because at that early stages of the game, stun set is your best friend, especially if you're going to be using the champion for faction wars, which is the #1 reason why I got that to 60 in the first place. All right, another reason why you should probably take this champion to 60 or use her in the early game is for this A3 skill right here. I'll skip out on the A2 first. The A3 is another reason right here. Attacks one enemy, decreases the target stun meter by 100%. Will ignore shield and block damage debuffs. That part is not that important, but that part where it decreases target stun meter by 100% is another reason where you should maybe use this champion. Where in the Spider, in the Fire Knight, those bosses that you can actually decrease their turn meter and benefit from decreasing the turn meter and keeping it down. That's another place where I actually use this champion a lot. So anywhere that you probably will use a cold heart, right, to do that heart seeker that will decrease the turn meter on a 4-turn cooldown, she can actually do that job also, but she doesn't do as much damage as a cold heart will, right? All right, on the A2, this champion attacks all enemies 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3, and this is the best way to put that stun if she's in a stun set on the enemies. So with this skill right here, which you want to start the battle with, all right, each critical hit heals this champion. That part is also not important. You just want this champion doing AoE on the A1, AoE on the A2 for wave content or for spiderlings, and then going in with the A3 for that turn meter decrease. So from what I read so far, you can see that this champion has limited functionality. Turn meter reduction on the 4-turn cooldown is not that great. People rather go with an Amiga instead of a champion who has a turn on a 4-turn cooldown, right? So that's not the best way to go. 4-turn cooldown, turn meter reduction, but it's 100%, so I guess it's useful somewhere. So where did I use this champion in the early game? We'll show you that content, but her blessings, I put in cruelty on her. And for the artifact sets, which best artifacts you can build on Lua if you're early game, maybe triple speed sets, but the best set I found so far for this champion that works best for her is a stun set, because that's the content I built her for, whether for faction wars, whether for spider or for Fire Knight wave. Even when you get to the boss, the sunset might not work anymore, but it's still useful at least for the wave content. So those are the 3 content right there, and stun set works in all those areas. I'm talking about wave content, spider links, and also taking down the spider's turn meter. So you need enough accuracy on this champion to do all that. So an accuracy banner is necessary, or enough accuracy for the dungeon content you are trying to beat. So dungeon 20, you need 10 per level, so about 200 or 220 accuracy is fine. So I have an accuracy banner right there on this champion. Oh, that's an attack banner. Maybe I do have enough accuracy on the substats. That means I don't need a banner right there. I have attack over here too. This champion is built with a lot of damage, because yes, she can hit pretty hard, especially in that A3, but not as hard as cold heart though. So I went crit rate, crit damage, making sure I'm able to hit that 100% crit rate mark, 105 actually, and of course you can't go all the way crit rate without adding a little bit of crit damage, and that's why I went over 240 crit damage on this champion. HP for a little bit of survival and a lot of attack right there to, you know, make sure this champion hits extremely hard. So we'll test her in some content to see how much damage she can bring to the team. Actually, speed 208 for at least dungeon content, it's totally fine. This is not speed tuned for Doom Tower content hard or for Hydra content. No, this is just for normal good old dungeon 20 content. That's what this champion is built for, or for faction war content. That's what I built her for. All right, for masteries, I went with normal War Master Mastery to do a little bit of more damage, accuracy, and of course reduce the turn meter when she hits them for the first time. So this is a damage dealer's mastery, so as she kills people, she'll get more speed to do more damage, to move faster, I mean. So that's Lua, that's her masteries, that's her skills, and that's her artifact sets that I built on her. Like I say, if you're early game, you don't have good stun set yet, you're free to put this champion on a triple speed set. She's fine in a speed set. Perception set if you need a lot of more accuracy but you don't have a banner to do it. Perception set, triple perception set will also work on this champion if you're super early. But if you are going towards the end game, I'm afraid this champion will work best in a stun set because you'll need her for Doom Tower hard stage, especially that one that requires you to use attack champion or epic champion. One particular Doom Tower stage, she's really good there. All right, I finished hyping her up. That's not much of a hype. Like I said, she was brought out of the vault. But let me take her into some content and see what she can do. We'll test this one out first of all in the spider. Because that's one of the content I built her for early stages of the game when I started using this champion first. I put together this team that looks a little bit more beginner friendly, with UDK being the tank. Of course, at that early stages, you need somebody to be the tank. It could be your Drexter, it could be somebody like that. But she comes in there as one of the champions that can do turn meter reduction. If you do not have a cold heart, you can put an Amiga in that slot, and let's see what she can bring to the team. While UDK is tanking, I think my Seal the Drake can also do some stuns. I really want to see how often she can stun the spiderlings, while cold heart keeps the turn meter down. We'll save our turn meter in the first round. We don't have decreased defense, so we're not actually looking to do a lot of huge damage right here. I'm just trying to see if she can actually stun the spiderlings, which is the number one priority why she's in this team. I will not use Seal the Drake stun. I really want to see her do the stun, so let me go in with Seal the Drake's A1 instead. Slow speed on the spider. And let's put in some decrease attack so they don't kill UDK so fast. Alright, now it's time for her to shine. Remember I said that A2 is the main ability that places that stun because it hits 3 times, right? So let's hit 3 times and see how many of the spiderlings will get the stun. 1, 2, only 2 spiderlings got the stun out of all this. That's kind of a low chance. Of course, it's like what 18% chance of stunning. Of course, you want more stun, you have to use the mastery that boosts your chances of stunning by an extra 5%. So that's something that you could do probably to get her to do her stun more. But hey, let's see how much damage she can do. But that's a lot of damage for the spiderlings though, because she's built with 240 crit damage. I'm kind of disappointed with that amount of stun that she did though. But for wave content, 5 waves, she might stun about 2 or one of them out of 5. Pretty low chance of stunning. If you get lucky, she might do it on all 4. Let's put in some shield so UDK doesn't go down so fast. Some healing. I'm about to use her A1 again to see how much stun we can get from that. Currently 2 spiderlings are stunned. Let's go in with the A1. And that's another 1, 2 stunned again. She's placing 2 out of how many? 8, 10 spiderlings each time. That's a pretty low chance of stunning, but we'll take it. At least it's keeping the spiderlings, some of the spiderlings from moving or from doing some more damage. I'm still refusing to use Seal the Drake's stun because I know Seal the Drake's has a higher chance of stunning than she does. So I'm still trying to rely on her for my stun. But if you're trying to do spider at that early stage and she's your only stun champion, I'm saying she can really help. You can notice I'm not using this stun meter reduction skill, right? So I'm always going in for that stun. How many champions got stunned this time? None. So, but compared to Seal the Drake, can just go and stun a lot more. You see what I'm saying? Seal the Drake just stunned all the spiderlings. So that's why I'm saying Lua is not the best champion for that role of a stun. You know, I even have Syla. Syla does more stun than her, and even have more turn meter reduction than her. So I won't come in here and hype Lua when I know she's not up to par, when I know she's been chilling in my vault for months and months and months just because of a video. I have to tell you the truth, this is not the best champion for you. The only reason why she's still 60 and with gear in my team is because of Doom Tower hard stage, one of that stage that needed me to use Void champion or an attack champion or epic champion. That's where she comes in with a stun set and helps me in that stage. That's the only content she shines in right now. Even my Dark Elf, I think she's from the Dark Elves, right? She's no longer in my faction war team. Yes, because I have better champions in faction war right now. But the first time I beat faction war, she was one of the champions I put in a stun set to help me beat that stage. So I'm not going to waste your time to show you more of Lua disappointing us with our stun, because you can see I rather prefer Seal the Drake doing stun for us. Like I said, if you're early game, you probably don't even have a stun set to place on her. But should you take this champion to 60 that early? I don't think so. For faction wars, maybe that's a good reason to take her to 60. But other than that, for general dungeon content, I'm not even going to show you this champion in the what do you call it now, the dragon boss, because Spider is the main content that she shines in. Of course, she also shines a little bit in the Fire Knight because she does have that, you know, double hit or triple hit on one of her skills. She can also stun the waves as you go along. So that's Lua. This is quite a disappointing one. I just didn't want to always show you guys champions that are always awesome. In case you're wondering if this champion is awesome for your team, yes. For faction wars, yes. Doom Tower had secret rooms, yes. For Spider, only in the early game. By the time you get Seal the Drake is your go-to for a stun champion to stun the enemies. Comes in even with a revive, even with a slow speed on that A1. I'm not trying to compare both of them. I'm saying you have better champions to put a stun set on, right? That's what I'm talking about. So, but Lua will help you a little bit in faction wars, will help you a little bit in Doom Tower, hard secret rooms especially. That's where I'm going to be using her continuously. I just thought I'd just shine some light on this champion who has been forgotten about in raid. Once you get what do you call it now? Once you get a cold heart, you build one cold heart, you build a second cold heart, you forget all about Lua. Once you get a Syla, you forget all about Lua. Once you get, which other champion again is good for, there are many better options. Cold heart just replaces her. Even Allure, yes, Allure is another champion that replaced Lua. In my spider teams, yes, I used to use an Allure at least to keep the turn meter of the spiderling down. She was in a stun set and she could actually target some of the spiders. So Allure is also a better option that I will build over a Lua. They perform similar roles, yes, turn meter reduction, stun set, good in all that. But Lua does it less. As for damage, you can take this champion into the arena and she will nuke. She's not my go-to arena nuker, but yes, she does have the ability to nuke extremely hard. You can see her hitting the spiderlings and almost taking them down. So that's this champion showcase I wanted to do for this champion, Lua, who has been forgotten all about in Raid Shadow Legends. And now you know where she can serve you in this new year. Faction Wars, Doom Tower had secret rooms. But apart from that, if you're new to Raid, she comes in there as the default champions who make sure the spiderlings get some stun sometimes. Very low chance right there, because you know this stun set is only a 18% chance. Yes, 18% chance of placing that stun. If you want her to stun a little bit more, you have to get this mastery right here that increases the chance of placing stun debuff on your artifact. So this is the one that you maybe want to use to, you know, will not increase the chance of placing stun though. Well, it probably will not work, so you want to go maybe for this one, then increase this one, increase the chance of placing stun. So anything that you can do to boost that her chances of placing stun by extra 5% will be awesome, like I did for Seal the Drake. That's why Seal the Drake stuns so much, plus Seal the Drake has it on her own skill also. All right, let me stop talking about Lua. I just wanted to make this short one to highlight this champion that I no longer use in Rachel Legends, bring her out of the vault and show you the only 2 places she serves me in the end game. If you're a newer player, I suggest you leave this champion at level 50 and enjoy her while you can until you get better champions that can do better than she does. Else, you build her out and she'll be 60 and she'll only come into your teams when there's a Dark Elves faction dungeon thing required to do something right there. Let me know in the comments below where you use this champion in Rachel Legends. I'm always willing to learn in case I'm not using her the right way, or there is some other content where she can actually be useful in this 2023. But for now, she continually being in my vault while she serves me in Faction Wars or in Doom Tower Hard Secret Rooms. Hit that like button for me in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.